Again, and Tottenham are level again. 7 minutes to go. What a cup tie. And Harry Kane has scored for the 209th time, now outright second in the all-time Spurs list. And yet again, it came from Son. Curling left-footed cross. Well, Kane scored eventually after Doucouré had cleared that off the line from Lamela. Everton 4, Tottenham 4. More please. Extraordinary cup tie. It's the first time in his entire managerial career Jose Mourinho has been involved in a game where his team have scored 4 and conceded 4 in 90 minutes. Heavy touch from Winks. Richarlison nipped in. Then Sanchez made the block. Picked up now by Coleman. Bernard. Spurs don't want Sigurdsson to shoot. He lifts it above the defence instead for Bernard! The Everton substitute makes it 5-4 in extra time. Only his second ever goal in the FA Cup. Brilliantly made by Sigurdsson and finished by the Brazilian Bernard. Perfectly timed run from Bernard. Kept his eyes focused on the ball and drilled it. And the scoreline now stands at Everton 5, Spurs 4. Dele Alli to find Sissoko. Kane, very important block from Mina. That was well worked from a Spurs point of view. Doucouré's been outstanding for Everton. He's found Sigurdsson. Everton on the charge. Sigurdsson. Hugo Lloris managed to adjust his body and keep it out. One effort at one end, and then the Hugo Lloris save at the other, after Mina had stopped that effort from Harry Kane. Extraordinary and exhilarating. The FA Cup at its very best, and it is Everton who go through on a very watchable night that ends Everton 5, Spurs 4.
Duncan, that was brilliant to watch. What was it like from the dugout from an Everton point of view?
Yeah, to be fair, it was brilliant because we won. But, it was an exciting game, wasn't it? I think Tottenham started a lot better and was a lot brighter. They got themselves in the lead. I think we got ourselves back into the game, going on up at 3-1, you know what I mean, thinking we're getting to half-time at 3-1 and all of a sudden they score. So it pushes in the back foot a little bit. But it was an exciting game, it was fantastic.
Yeah, and then it went to 3-3.
Yeah.
And it was just like a basketball game at times.
It was, yeah. Obviously we know that Tottenham were strong in the counter-attack, but they had a lot of possession as well. And they were very strong in the set place tonight. We struggled a little bit with that. But, you know, we showed a lot of good character and we managed to score 5 goals at the end of the day.
Thursday, it was fantastic to watch. What's your reaction at the end of it?
If you say it was fantastic, it was fantastic.
For a neutral, what's your reaction?
I'm not a neutral. When you score 4 goals, you have to win. When you score 4 goals, especially away at home, you have to win. The way we played, we should win comfortably. And attacking football with defensive mistakes doesn't win matches.
Great character and courage to come back.
Absolutely, absolutely. The players, they gave everything, and I have to admit that for some of them, it's not easy because you play so well, and then certainly 1 to 3 mistakes, and you are losing 3-1, and didn't end there. Went for the whole of the 120 minutes. But, okay, I take the positives, like you say, amazing to watch. Okay, amazing to watch.
You know the earning for silverware here as well?
That's it. I mean, it's been a long time, and that means 25 years or something since we've won it. You know what I mean? So it'd be great to get into the final.
And what does it do to keep fighting on 2 fronts as well for the rest of the season?
Yeah, definitely. It keeps your season going, doesn't it? I mean, we're doing well in the league as well, but obviously the FA Cup, that's the one we want.
What a game. The highest scoring match between two top division sides in the FA Cup since February 1961. Everton 5, Tottenham 4. And what did Leon Osmond say before the match, Al?
Well, Dan, I came in a positive mood, happy to be back in the Match of the Day studio. Leon, what do you reckon today's game's going to be a good one? No, I wrote them down, actually. Cagey, negative, might be a stalemate. I'm like, don't be a Debbie Downer, come on.
I said cagey.
You said tedious.
No, but I said cagey, and to be honest, considering my heart rate during that game, I pretty wish it was cagey. Whoa, what a game of football that was.
Incredible game of football. He's just about got the smile off his face. But in terms of sort of picking some pieces out of that, there was one man who was at the centre of an awful lot of what Everton did, both good and bad in the game.
Yeah, Gylfi Sigurdsson, you know, to play in a game, to get 3 assists, to get a goal, to be involved in the build-up to the other incident that Everton had in the game. I thought he was terrific, and he's been a real growing influence on Everton. It didn't start as well as he'd like. He was the guy deemed to pick up Davinson Sanchez for the opening Spurs goal, just loses him, doesn't really make a challenge, and Everton on the back foot. But from that moment on, he was involved in everything positive for Everton. It was a terrific touch and turn for the Dominic Calvert-Lewin, which is a good finish. Good ball into his striker, wins a penalty. Then it's a negative moment again, losing Davinson Sanchez, getting himself in a position where he's not looking at the ball. He doesn't know where it is. He's just trying to manhandle Sanchez as much as anything. And that changed the scoreline again. But can you go and get back in the game? Of course he can. He's full of confidence at the moment. Good touch, great pass. Picks out Gylfi Sigurdsson then for the winner. Richarlison, but for the winner, you know, this is a bit of magic. This is what I think Evertonians thought he was going to be doing week in, week out once he joined Everton. That is different class. And he's a man full of form. He's a man in confidence. And he's keeping James Rodriguez out of the team at the moment.
You can tell how excited you are.
I was very excited.
Really quickly as well. Let's have a look at some of the key decisions. I mean, you could argue they went against Tottenham. What do you think? But look at the penalty first of all.
Well, I think it was the run by Dominic Calvert-Lewin to get into that space. And yes, from a defensive point of view, being a defender, do I think it's harsh? Yes, because it's not intentional, but the clip is there. There is contact, so you can see how the penalty's given. It's not a dive. I know Leon wanted me to talk through this, so he doesn't seem like he's biased.
So that made it 3-1, and then this is an interesting one as well. This was the challenge. This was made it 4-3 Everton, didn't it? A challenge on the far side of the field. Was it a foul?
Well,
No, I know you're going to say
I
no.
don't think it's a foul, but the reason I don't think it's a foul is that, look, it's great build-up, and Everton score straight from it. It's a very good finish by Richarlison. But once Ndombele's made the pass, I think he's the one who then tries to just step back into Iwobi, and he's, in my opinion, yes, it's probably biased considering how animated I was during the game. He stepped in and actually stopped Iwobi, but I could see why Jose Mourinho was claiming for a free kick.
So the former Toffee says definitely a penalty and definitely not a foul. Despite all that, and you know, Jose Mourinho deflated at the end that his side have scored 4 and lost the game. You saw some Spurs fans during the game on social media saying this is actually the best we've played for a while.
Look, Spurs were terrific. They really were. You know, I said it was going to be cagey before the game because of what I've seen from Spurs of late, and that's not what we saw from Spurs. This is the very start of the game. Men flooding forward. Look, 4, 5, 6 people in the penalty area. Takes a wonderful save, and they continue to do that all evening long, getting people into good places. Great save yet again from Olsen. And he was the most worked player in the first 15 minutes, wasn't he, Alex?
I think what we saw from this Spurs team today, they were brave. They were ambitious in possession. They were throwing players forward. And I think that's what they've lacked over the last couple of games. It's waiting for things to happen, not taking the game to teams. And they had everything in their play today. And they can come away and feel disheartened because it could have gone even way. I know you're shaking your head because obviously Everton. But it was such an entertaining game because you had 2 teams throwing everything at it.
Yeah, but, you know, Jose Mourinho says, you know, to get a result like that in a game of 11v11 is disgraceful because he'll turn around and say, well, that's why I defend. That's why I try and keep it tight, because we can't be conceded 5 goals in a game. But tonight, it was 3 Saturday, and I'm sure all the neutrals sat at home. We enjoyed the spectacle anyway.
Tell you, that with a crowd in Goodison Park would have been one of the great games talked about for years, wouldn't it?
Well, it's 30 years since Everton versus Liverpool at Goodison, 4-4, and the fans still talk about that as the greatest FA Cup tie to this day. And that was terrific. But without fans in the stadium, I don't think it'll have the same long-lasting experience for all the fans.
Still amazing, though, wasn't it? Next, we're going to take you to a meeting between two Premier League sides looking to win the FA Cup for the first time. Martin Fisher was watching Leicester against Brighton.
1983 was the year Brighton came closest to winning the Cup. The immortal line, and Smith must score, seems an awfully long time ago now. For Leicester, you have to search even further through the archives. The most recent of their 4 finals came 3 months before man first walked on the moon. Jamie Vardy and Wilfred Ndidi returned to the starting lineup after their recent injury issues. 19-year-old Vontae Daly-Campbell makes his debut. Brighton give debuts to Polish pair Mikhail Zobovnik and Jakub Moder. Adam Lallana makes his first start of the year. Both managers have made 7 changes from the weekend. Brighton coming into this game on the back of an unbeaten run of 6 games, and they've won 4 of those. Most impressively, of course, just a week ago at Liverpool. Tau threading it through for Zakiri. Across comes Soyuncu, but he can't prevent the corner kick. First suggestion of a combination between the South African and the Swiss there. Pass just a little bit too heavy. Danny Ward yet to be tested. Brighton have 3 in his 6-yard box. As it's drilled in and deep round the corner, headed away initially by Daly-Campbell. And now James Justin hooks it towards Ayoze Perez. Well, Lewis Dunk making a nuisance of himself. Leicester needed a few stabs to get it clear. Brendan Rodgers, who has seen his side lose 5 times here in the Premier League. Tau's touch. Zakiri's got it back to him. Moder. Alzate. Well, wants it on his right foot, I think. Moder with the cross, firmly hit, and on the fall, Andy Zakiri trying to hook it into the top corner. That would have been some finish from the Swiss under-21 international. I don't think we've had a single shot on target. Certainly neither goalkeeper has had anything to do. Let's hope that the second half is a lot livelier. No changes to either team at the break, but don't think that Jamie Vardy will want to stay out there for too much longer. We might have an attack on goal here. It's Under, very much a left-footed player. Finally has found a colleague in Ndidi. Tielemans. And now Daly-Campbell. Pass 1. It'll come out as far as Under once more. Lifted in towards Vardy, who was attacking it. Couldn't get any kind of flick to it. And safely gathered by Christian Walton. Well, an hour gone, and Leicester City haven't had a single shot on target. Drastic action required, and it's going to be a triple substitution. Messrs Maddison, Iheanacho and Chowdhury coming on. Lallana and Kobovnik got in each other's way there, and Iheanacho might get through for Leicester. He's done well to keep it alive. In comes Tielemans. Very important block from Barnes, but it's in by Under, but the flag is up. Well, we're getting closer to an opening goal. It's the initial ball forward from Maddison to Iheanacho that they're going to check there. Brighton players with arms raised. Iheanacho did ever so well to keep it alive. Great finish from Under, particularly on his weaker right foot. It's a little bit loose from James Justin, and he's landed badly as well. And it's opening up here for Kobovnik. And now for Zakiri. And he hasn't quite curled it enough to find the bottom corner. But of more concern here for Leicester City is the condition of James Justin. Because as he landed there, straight away, you knew he was in trouble. Brighton unable to profit. We hope this isn't too serious for James Justin, but it doesn't look that promising from that picture. It's Veltman forward. Fuchs has lost it cheaply. Gross taking his time to pick out Byrne. Alzate now for Brighton. Here's Lallana. Alzate again with a chance to cross, and Tao arriving at the back post. Couldn't get the touch. Lovely move from Brighton and Hove Albion, who are just sensing now with the reshuffled nature of this Leicester team, there might be one or two gaps at the back. Well, the last thing either manager really wants is extra time. Daly Campbell just held on to it for a fraction too long. Zakiri's nicked it off him, and here's Tao. Zakiri again, and Ward finally has to make a save. At last he feels involved in the game. Soyuncu, 4 minutes to go. Daly Campbell is in behind Dan Burn here. Leicester have 3 in the box. Dan Burn with the block, out as far as Under. Goal now will win it, that's for sure. Under might be in. He's got Iheanacho in there, went for it himself, and it's a good block at the near post by Walton. Lovely little back heel from Maddison. Iheanacho had made the angle for the cutback. Under went for goal himself. Walton keeps us at 0-0. Christian Fuchs. Amati. Under. Maddison's flick over the top. Daly Campbell, will it drop for him? It has done, and he's cut it back. In goes Tielemans. The angle's too tight. Walton does enough, but it's behind for a corner. Well, I thought for a moment there that the 19-year-old Daly Campbell was going to have a huge involvement in the winning goal. As it is, in comes the cross. In goes Iheanacho, and there is the winning goal. Talk about leaving it late. On my watch, 12 seconds of added time remaining. Brendan Rodgers has a smile to light up the East Midlands. Kelechi Iheanacho off the bench scores again in the FA Cup. 11 FA Cup goals for him now in his career. Leicester caught Brighton out with a quickly taken corner. Lovely ball in from Tielemans, and Brighton, so many defenders back there, but none of them had kept an eye on Iheanacho. Completely unmarked, he was never going to miss. A dreadful match, but Leicester are heading into the quarter-finals of the FA Cup again. Leicester 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 0.
You just got to keep going, and I said to the players beforehand, the one thing that we've had all year, whether we've played good, bad or indifferent, is we've had a really, really strong spirit in our team and a real unity there, and you've seen that right at the very end. So yeah, it was really quick thinking by the guys from the corner, and got the cross in, and Kells makes the finish, and I think everyone, players, media, I think everyone was really happy that the goal went in and you can get out of the cold then.
I'm happy for the team. We worked really hard to get the winning today, so I'm happy, and everyone is smiling, so it's too cold, so everyone is happy.
We're disappointed with the man under the goal. I think because we put such a lot into the game. A lot of players on the pitch that haven't played for a while, but I thought our performance was quite strong. The lads are, you can imagine, distraught, they're disappointed. But at the same time, they know that they can't feel sorry for themselves for too long. They've got another game in a couple of days, so that's our job now, to focus on that recovery.
Any thoughts on who you want in the quarter-final?
Hopefully an easy team, so we can go all the way to win it.
Well, the draw for that, the draw for that tomorrow, so we'll see what we can do. I suppose that game was in complete and utter contrast to what we watched at Goodison Park, because it took a long time to get going, didn't it?
Oh, it did. No shots on target at all in the first half. The 83rd minute was the first time there was a shot on target. That was from Zakiri. And it took a little bit of magic from some players that Brendan Rodgers introduced late on. He brought on Maddison, he brought on Iheanacho, and once him and Maddison and Under started to get together, there was suddenly a little bit of magic. That was Leicester's first effort, about the 86th, 87th minute, and then again, Maddison involved. You know, there's Tielemans making a forward run. OK, they're very unfortunate, but this is what wins them the game. It's just bright thinking, clever, thinking on your feet. You see Leicester City players compared to the Brighton players. Leicester going, quick bit of thinking, corners taken, Tielemans is alive. Iheanacho's still not, but he's a striker. He doesn't need to be, he's fine in space. But look, how many Brighton players are not turned on, not switched on? And if you do that, you're going to concede goals, and Leicester City punished them.
And then when you talk about fine margins in games as well, from one team switching off and one team thinking, no, we've still got a chance here. This game's not over. We can still go and win it. That is the fine margins in football.
And Leicester march on to the quarter-finals. Just wanted to show you one other incident from the game. The disallowed goal for Leicester. Have a look at this. We're not actually talking about the incident itself, but we've got something to tell you about this because Iheanacho was rightly given offside in the build-up. So the goal that Leicester scored, they started to celebrate, wasn't given. It was disallowed. And the man who did the business with the flag, there he is, Darren Cann. Now, if you're watching BBC One earlier on today, you might be thinking, you might recognise him, and you'd be right, because we warmed up by watching Pointless, and there, today, this afternoon, is Darren Cann, actually with his compadre there, winning the full jackpot. You spotted him on Pointless, didn't you, Leon?
I did. I'm a big fan of the show. My namesake, Richard Osman, on there, so... yeah, he had a good day. Darren got that decision right and, won the jackpot. So good day all round for him.
Richard Osman was obviously on that programme and watching the football tonight, and he was saying, great to see Darren Cann running the line in the Leicester-Brighton game this evening, fresh from winning the jackpot on today's episode of Pointless. The guy can multitask. You've had a few run-ins with Darren Cann, as an assistant
I had a
referee.
run-in or two with him down the years, yeah.
That's why you recognise him.
That's all you get.
Straight to the point.
That's the end of that story. One more game to show you this evening, but loads of live sport to tell you about before we get to that. The final two matches of the fifth round take place tomorrow. You can follow Wolves against Southampton on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Then Barnsley-Chelsea is live on BBC One. The draw for the quarter-finals will also take place during that programme. Before that, more live football. The final of the Club World Cup between Bayern Munich and the Mexican side Tigres is live on the BBC iPlayer. And this weekend, more of this.
It comes down to who blinks first. The Six Nations, Scotland versus Wales, live Saturday at 4 on BBC One and BBC iPlayer.
We're going to take you to Bramall Lane next, and a meeting between 4-time FA Cup winners Sheffield United and Championship side Bristol City, who haven't reached the last 8 since 1974. The commentators on this one, Jonathan Pearce and Rachel Brown-Finnis.
Sheffield United have won both Premier League games immediately following their FA Cup victories and are determined to repeat the pattern to reach back-to-back quarter-finals. Bristol City haven't been in the last 8 since 1974. Chris Wilder again names a strong cup side, 4 changes from the defeat by Chelsea, but Ethan Ampadu, ineligible for that game, comes back in, and the weekend trio of subs, Brewster, McGoldrick and Sharp, all start. Bristol City give a debut to 18-year-old youth team product Riley Towler, among 5 changes from their 3rd league defeat in a row against Cardiff at the weekend. Goalkeeper Max O'Leary was in the Shrewsbury side that took Liverpool to a replay last season. Push perhaps there by Fleck, who got the wrong side to challenge Patterson. It'll be Patterson with it. You heard the great shout of away. It wasn't away, and the goalkeeper had to make a smart save, and in the end it's Ampadu who clears it away.
Oh, it was a really smart save. Difficult one for him to deal with, Ramsdale. Fortunately, in some ways, he deflects central, but his defence did the rest.
Dean Holden, who sees it as a fascinating challenge as being first-team coach. Of course, he was assistant, and he said the step-up has given him new problems with the politics of a football club. Sheffield United on the attack. That's a good ball in, and a good shot. Oh, he's flicked the top of the bar.
That
wouldn't go in for low.
Absolutely beautiful build-up play. Oh, so close to opening his count.
Proper football man. Very well respected amongst other coaches. As a manager, he's coming up towards 1,000 games in charge. Cross comes in from Ampadu and headed straight at the goalkeeper, and there's Bogle in that sort of position. I know Sheffield United love to get their wing-backs into dangerous positions, but Bristol City haven't picked him up on any of these runs. Just stepped away from his marker there. Now Patterson, good challenge. Moore's at the near post, trying to get himself into a little yardage of space. There's a good long throw in, appeal there from Arjeju. Well, that's been checked by VAR, I can tell you. So he's got to hold up here. It's a very close range. This isn't going to be a penalty.
It hit his leg, and his thigh, and bounced up to his hand. So, no handball.
If it bounces off a part of your body onto your arm, it's not given these days. Now here's Ampadu again getting forward progressively, and the shot's bending. And the shot's bending wide from Jayden Bogle, getting in a good position again.
Absolutely. Poor execution. Should have done better.
Here's Naki Wells, meanwhile. They've got a player open right in the middle. Oh, goodness me, wrong option, wrong option. Patterson was waiting in the middle, and Naki Wells didn't lift his head and didn't see his teammate in acres of space. What an opportunity missed at the start of the second half by Bristol City. Low. And signings from Derby. Into Bogle, gets it back again. Yard to get the shot in. In comes across the shot. Just behind Ryan Brewster in that 6-yard area. So close. Skittered through the penalty area.
Sheffield United can't find the target.
But they're beginning to create danger. John Fleck. Here's Billy Sharp now for Sheffield United. Can he end the deadlock? Plays it square. It's dummied. It's McGoldrick. It's off the bar. It's still live. Here's Lundstrom. And it's off the line. And Sheffield United coming within a whisker of taking the lead twice in a matter of moments.
Oh, brilliant build-up play down the left. What a ball. Billy Sharp, I thought he was going to strike it, just hesitated on it. Lovely over from Jayden Bogle to leave it for McGoldrick. He gets scrambled second time around from Lundstrom's shot.
Well, they are checking this. I thought they would. Did it come off his thigh onto his hand? No. Off his hand onto the bar. They've got a great case here for a penalty. In which case he's in trouble. They had to judge whether it came off the thigh. He's going to get sent off here. Well, because he's handled it and denied a goal-scoring opportunity on the line, he has to go. There's no... Once he's given the penalty, and it's the correct decision.
It is. As hard done by as Alfie Mawson might feel. It's clearly stopping the ball going in the back of the net. Simple as that.
Local hero Billy Sharp steps up to swing this tie Sheffield United's way. And Billy Sharp scores.
Good pen.
Sheffield United are ahead. And deservedly so, I think.
Keeper goes the right way. It was so close. Because it was a little bit of a favourable height from a goalkeeper's perspective, but far enough angled away from the keeper.
They're on top now, Sheffield United.
Chris Wilder will be looking to get a second. He doesn't want extra time.
Is McGoldrick now to certainly seal it, but the shot goes wide.
Give away possession. Really, really sloppy. McGoldrick's onto it. Lovely touch, beautifully weighted. Oh, yeah, it just gets stuck under his foot.
Driving forward was Fleck. Now McGoldrick. McGoldrick, over it goes. Well, he's had a very strong game for Sheffield United tonight.
He has. I think this is his third shot that's gone over. Just over 10 minutes to go.
That's a good run by Lundstrom. From out to in, and the goalkeeper's misjudged it now. Did he handle it? Did he handle it outside the penalty area? Did it brush his chest? They are checking this, I can tell you. Did he touch that with his hand? They're saying it brushed his chest, and they've looked at it more times than we have. And it's Chris Wilder and Sheffield United who do go through to the last 8, and it's the veteran Billy Sharp who wins it from the penalty spot. But over the 90 minutes, Sheffield United deserved the victory. They've beaten Bristol City in the Championship by 1-0.
I thought we were pretty comfortable. We got a little bit sloppy in the last 5 or 10 minutes. Misplaced passes, it possibly shouldn't have gone to just the one goal. At that stage of the game, we should have been out of sight. Yeah, we're through, and as everybody says, into the next round, into the quarter-final yet again, and hopefully use this, as we have done previously, to see if we can pick some points up at Premier League.
To lose the way we did to a VAR decision, to a penalty, He's disappointing. It's if it would have been played at Aston Gate, it wouldn't have been given. I'm not sure how you can have VAR in one stadium and not in another. And I don't want to sound bitter because I'm proud of the lad's performance and we don't want to lose football games. But I've not been a VAR fan from the start, and to go out the way we did, it's killing the game of football as far as I'm concerned. It's not the game of football I grew up in love with.
Dean Holden, not a fan of VAR. I want to show you Sheffield United's form. This shows you how important the FA Cup has been to this team. Before they won in the third round against Bristol Rovers, you can see what it was like, their season, and it's been transformed since they won in the FA Cup, and proof that it can really help in a season.
It has. They've only lost to, I think it's Tottenham, Man City, Chelsea. They've reinvigorated themselves, and it's exactly what they needed. And another positive result tonight. And as he says there, he's hoping that they can continue that in the Premier League.
There's a lot that we could talk about, but I suppose the key decision was the one that led to the penalty. Let's have a look at that, and you can talk us through what you think.
And you can see why Dean Holden is mad, because this separated them when Bristol City were holding on, defending for their lives, doing everything they could to stay in this game. And as you can see, putting bodies on the line, trying to keep the ball out. And then a decision like this goes to VAR. And the thing is, we can't sit here and debate it because, one, it's a penalty, he handballs it. And then it's the red card that me and Liam were talking about and saying, should it be a yellow? But the rules are the rules, and it is a red card.
Yeah, there's no doubt it's a penalty kick. I think it's harsh in the Monday. I think if you make, like with tackles, if you make it an honest attempt to try and block the ball with another part of your body, you know, maybe a yellow card's enough. But it separated the games. It was a good penalty and another positive result for Sheffield United.
Yeah, the law is the law, as you say. When a team tries to stop a goal-scoring opportunity by a handball offence, the player is sent off. Wherever that offence occurs, the only way to not get sent off, just get a caution, is if the offence involves an attempt to play the ball. So handball is a straight red.
Well, I would say he tried to play the ball, it just hits his hand. There's an argument there for it. Dean Holden agrees with me.
So it's handball then.
It hits his hand, yeah, of course.
On another point, you were impressed with young lad Jayden Bogle as well, weren't you?
Oh, I really was. I know we've run out of time, but Bogle, I had a whole analysis run on you, so you was having your moment, but we've run out of time.
It's because he went on about Everton for such a long time.
I've only just calmed down.
Well,
but he did.
Thank you very much, everybody. That is it from us. Thanks for watching. We don't have Richard Osman, but we do have Leon Osman, and he is largely pointless. So it's good night from them.